Be prepared for highly offensive language from the start and throughout, and adult and sexual themes.
On the stateside! Tonight, from Hollywood, Dynasty star Emma Samms, model Vogue Williams, Apprentice star Solomon Akhtar, former celebrity housemate Leslie Jordan, and a revealing performance from Ruby Red. But now, please welcome your host with the most, Ryland Clark!
Welcome to the first ever celebrity Big Brother's been on the stateside! Oh, yes! Every single Saturday night, we're going to be taking bots across the pond, and we all know what that means. We're going to be bigger and louder and that little bit naughtier. Just like the Yanks in the house, to be fair. And check out the new set. I've got a desk. And everything, it's so exciting. And listen, we all know the Big Brother house is a place for our celebrities to showcase their talents. And it seems that Atomic Kitten's Natasha Hamilton is definitely in on the act.
Two o'clock in the morning.
Hello.
Oh my
Unbelievable.
Hello? Oh my God, it's the producers of Super Bowl. You want Natasha to perform? What, over Taylor, Rihanna and Adele? Oh, I'm sorry, she can't make those dates. She's in the house. I'm available. Hello? Rude. Also, I think Farah is using Big Brother to showcase her new range of nightwear. I don't know.
Good night, kids. Have a great slumber party and talk all fucking night again.
Good night, Farah.
Love you.
Good night, Farah. Sweet dreams.
Oh, you know what? You
Here's my
upset me
feelings.
when you fucking speak for me.
Here's my feelings
You
when you
should
call me
fucking sit the
dipshit.
fuck down
No.
and don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah, there's nothing out of the ordinary about going into bed, full face of makeup, earrings, jeans, a white vest and a snazzy cardigan is there, let's be fair. Meanwhile, Bobby may well be the Prime Minister, but it's Janice that's making people literally get on their knees.
Do you mind me not looking up because it hurts my neck?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's like my... Can we bow?
No, stop it, stop it.
It's quite crazy, actually. I mean, from her admission of sleeping with over 1,000 men, I'm guessing it's normally Janice on her knees. But I'm just saying. And actually, you're hurting my neck. Can you come down lower, please? Bit lower. Bit lower, bit lower. Not even going to use you. Luckily, I can say anything I want about Janice because my star sign is Scorpio and we are totally compatible. But meanwhile, in the house today, Stevie and Chloe decided to make bath time a bit more saucy and they introduced a bit of role play.
Oh my God, Santa. Oh, you. Santa, it's you. Oh God. Okay. Wait, rinse it off. I just miss Christmas. Oh my God.
I swallowed it.
Oh no.
Right.
Yes.
You didn't kill me.
I didn't mean to. I
I just swallowed some of this.
missed Christmas. Showbiz.
Oh God, yeah. Can you imagine if he shows up?
He won't.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, right.
Right. No, hang on, hold up, sorry. No, hold up. I've just got to say 6 words. Can you imagine the sex tape? Could you? bubbles. However, Sherry decided she wanted in on the man action, and even though food is still plentiful in that house, she made herself a sexy mandwich.
Manwich. Fired the fatal bullet. That bump. He would have been bumped off. Then the bloke that
Give us a tickle of.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Documents
so
of
nice.
sensitive of
you can stop whenever you'd like.
ask
If you get
ask
tired or
anyone
anything.
that's an
This is so
American
nice.
that's over 60 years old.
The funniest thing about that is, I know she's a loose woman, but that's taking the piss. Do you know what I mean, Shell? And stop the press. Farrah had an idea today. Yeah, she had an idea. She's come up with a new career for Fat Man Scoop. Let's find out what it is.
Right, so there's a lot of
You could do like a diabetes workout video.
Yeah, I probably could. What y'all talking about?
No, you should do your voice while you do it.
It's gonna be put your leg up, put your leg up,
That's
put
what
your
I'm
leg,
talking about.
arms out, arms
That's
out,
what I
put your arms.
meant.
It's gonna be the same.
I'm happy that I'm right there with your business flow.
Oh, hang on. I don't think Davina needs to worry about the DVDs just yet. And finally, after just 2 nights, someone snoring is starting to wind Stevie Ritchie up. But who could it be? Could it be Scoop, Chris, Daniel? Should we have a look?
Last night, I felt a bit freaked out because what it was, someone was snoring. I don't know if it was Janice, bless her, but it was so loud.
No, it was
Sherry.
It was Sherry.
Was it Sherry?
Yes.
And it was like so loud. I tried to go to the bathroom in the bedroom and sleep there, but I still could hear it and the light was on.
You started to go and sleep in the bathroom
Yeah, I
in
did.
the
I got
bedroom.
up in the middle of the night.
Did you?
I
What
did,
about
I
somebody
did.
wanting to go to the loo?
Well, then I would have just gone, oh, sorry.
Do you know what? I think our loose lady might need to find a new position in bed. Well, listen, while I'm going to go over to my brand new Saturday night desk, it's time to introduce my first guest. She's always got 1 foot in the UK and 1 foot in the US. She's got a good old spread in her, I tell you. Give it up for the fabulously transatlantic star of Dynasty. It's Fallon Carrington herself, Emma Samms! Come on! Oh. Can I just say, actual legend on the show. What a first guest. Listen, welcome to the UK. Yeah,
I live here.
I know you do. Are you a BB fan?
I am.
So you're liking this series?
Yes.
How are you finding the UK versus USA?
Well, for me, of course, it's very interesting because I spend a lot of time there. So I think it's an interesting mix. I think it's going to cause some problems.
But who are you loving?
Scoop.
You love Scoop. Why do you love Scoop?
I just think he's very lovable. He's very endearing.
He's coming across well, isn't he?
Yes, and already people are going to him for advice and help, and he's I like him.
Bit of a daddy of the house.
Yes, I think so.
I think he is as well. Who are you hating? Oh, yeah! Roll up, roll up, roll up.
I think Farrah's got a big problem.
She didn't come across too well in tonight's episode, did she?
No, she ends every argument with, "Oh, you're so immature." That's the end of everyone. That's all she can come up with.
But why isn't no one giving it to her then? Not like that. Don't, please. Do you think someone's going to stand up to her?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
They'll have to.
Let's quickly talk about the American-Brit divide.
Yes.
Because how do you think the Americans are going to cope being under a British rule?
They're not going to like it.
They are either.
No.
Do you don't think they're going to find living with the Brits hard as well?
I think if they felt that they were influencing things a bit, they'd be all right. They'd probably enjoy that because British people really enjoy American things, and so they could probably feel comfortable in a position of talking about their culture and all of that. But if it's them having to do what they're told, I don't think they're going to like it.
I don't think they're going to like it.
They're not going to like it.
I don't.
They're not going to like
Well,
it.
listen, last night we saw Janice Dickinson and Bobby Davro enter the house. What are
Yes.
you making of them two?
Well, Janice is a known quantity, isn't she?
I think that's an easy way to say
So,
it.
so you automatically know that there's going to be all kinds of shenanigans with her being there.
Well, it's funny you say shenanigans, because in
Yeah.
Dynasty, your character liked to have a couple of naughty affairs.
Yeah.
Every now and then. Do we think we're going to see a bit of nookie in there?
Oh, shit.
Do you think we might see
I
a
hope
bit,
so.
bit of naughty under the cover?
That always adds to it, doesn't it?
Well, if you were in there, who would you have your eye on?
None of the above. None of the above.
None of them? No. None of them take your fancy?
Not yet. I don't know them well enough.
Well, listen, talking about taking your fancy, Miss Emma Samms famously turned down Playboy. Didn't you? But a couple of them in now, they've done the lads' mags and stuff like that. Do you think people should judge them because of that job?
No, not at all. The only reason I turned it down was I'm not comfortable enough in my own nakedness. I don't like being naked alone. So I wouldn't have not have been comfortable doing that.
You bloody should, you're stunning. Stunner! I personally think you would be amazing in the Celebrity House. I don't know if anyone else thinks the same, but would you ever go in there? Why?
Because I need to spend a lot of time on my own. I'm just one of those people who... And there's no escape in there, is there? There's no place to hide.
Yeah, that's probably the worst place in the world you could possibly go, in all fairness. Listen, you're going to be back after the break with me, alongside Vogue Williams and Solomon Akhtar. But for now, please give it up for the gorgeous Emma Samms! Listen, don't go flicking, because we've got loads more to come, including a group of ladies doing it for the UK. Ruby Redder here. So go on, girls, give us a tea. See you after the break. Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the stateside coming up. He might be small, but he's got a huge mouth. I'm going to be speaking to the last summer's celeb housemate, Beverly himself, Leslie Jordan. It's exciting. But listen, I'm looking over here. You're looking a bit lonely sat there, darling. Do you know what I mean? Do you want a bit of company?
Big company would be
Should we
nice.
sort that out?
It'd be nice.
Sort out a bit of company. Well, listen, first up is our very own Bots top model, and she's going to be joined by a man who's no apprentice when it comes to speaking his mind. Give it up for Vogue Williams and Solomon Akhtar! Casual rose between two phones on the sofa. I'm liking that one. Listen, Vogue, I've got to come to you. First of all, I just want to quickly... If you saw last series finale, Vogue had a right old mare. We had lightning problem. She was stuck up at the house. We had no housemates. Got Sonia at the top of the stairs. Like, I'm going to make it. It all went on. So I just want to say, welcome back. We love her. Welcome back to the show, Vogue. Let's come to you, because I want to know, I know you love the UK versus USA theme. What are you making of the housemates?
I just think the housemates, whoever put them together, did such a good job. They're like, Farah is so annoyingly, amazingly bad that she's making that house, and I really hope people don't get rid of her because she's so annoying. But like, she is going to drive everyone insane.
No, not that she is going to drive everyone. She already is.
Yeah.
Driving everyone mad. And one person she's driving mad is James. Solomon, obviously you were with James on The Apprentice, and I know that you do Desi Rascals now, don't you? He's on Desi Rascals now. Reppin'. So you're used to being filmed pretty much all day, every day. Have you given him any advice?
Listen, I gave him so much advice before he came in, but he took none of it.
Didn't have none of it. Weren't taking none of it.
So I was like, he's obviously like such a cheeky chappy. Like naturally, that's what he's like. But I was like, just be careful with the girls. You know, pick your battles wisely. I think, you know, he's doing that.
He's lovely, though, because when he first came in... Yeah, when he first came in, he just looks like one of these, like, hot guys, wouldn't have much to say, but he's so nice. I really like him.
And do you know what? I've got to say this. How well did he handle himself with Farah?
Yes.
He really handled himself well with Farah tonight. Did you think the same? It's just...
He was such a
dramas.
gent. That's what
Yeah.
he is. He's a
He stayed
gentleman.
calm
There's a
pretty
word.
much the whole
Yeah,
time.
and good luck to him for that. But let's talk about tonight's show because we saw Janice and Bobby, the aftermath. It seemed the Americans then were really pleased to see Janice.
Yes.
But the Brits weren't too bothered about Bobby Davra. I'm not going to lie. They weren't. And I love a bit of Bobby. Why do you think the Brits, all the Americans, like, yeah, Janice? And the Brits were like, oh, look, it's Bobby Davra.
But maybe they don't know what to expect with him, whereas with Janice, everybody does.
Everyone knows they're
Yeah.
going to be up all night with Janice. Listen, as we saw, the Brits have won, Solomon, so they now take control of the house. How do you think the Americans are going to handle being under the British rule?
I think it's going to kick off. Like, the British rule is quite strong. And, you know, the Americans are so loud, like, they cause so much drama. I think they're just going to kick off at every moment, do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be mad.
Well, they seem to be taking centre stage in the house at the minute, didn't they?
It's just because they're so loud.
Oh,
They
here we
are
go.
so loud in the house, though. Like, what's... I forget his name now.
Scoop.
No. Oh, my God, I love Scoop
You
so
love
much.
Scoop.
Like, I love him.
He's such an early favourite. It's unreal.
He's just so nice as well. I just want him to shout those words all the time to his song, and that's it.
Yeah. Big strut! Let's talk about Janice and Bobby quickly, because obviously Bobby's now Prime Minister of the House.
Yeah.
And even though Janice isn't the President, has anyone else noticed that she thinks she is the President? I mean, getting people on their knees was just amazing.
But they did it. They did it
I know!
willingly.
Yeah, but I mean, Stevie and Chloe, I think they'll do anything if you ask them to. I love her, but I think they will. She was getting a little bit feisty, wasn't she, when the housemates was talking about a book? She called them, I think, yappy chihuahuas?
Yeah.
Yappy chihuahuas? Do we think her patience is already running thin?
I think it's a bit weird. I mean, she wrote in a book who she slept with, and, like, to be honest, I love Liam Neeson, and I'm glad I know that information about him. And she needs to just chill out. Like, he's even
We all
better
are.
looking now.
We're all happy.
Yeah. But, like, she just needs to relax. I mean, you put it in your book, like, you put it out there, so deal with it. And we
Yeah.
want to know about Liam Neeson.
And once it's in her book, there's no going back.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Farrah, because she has been a force from night one, her and Natasha, now it's her and James. That argument, what were you making of that argument, Emma? Because I think Farrah, trying to be non-biased and everything, but I think she come across as using excuses to look for a row, did you?
Her problem was that he looked at her, he was staring at her when he walked by.
Can I just say, if someone was putting lip gloss on before they went to sleep, I'd be bogging them right out. I'm just putting it out there. I mean, I've never met anyone that wears more makeup than me, but I don't even do that. Do you know what I mean? But James really calmed that situation down, Solomon. Is that why he's like? Because I was expecting James to be quite a sort of, like you said, cheeky chappy, up for an argument.
I think, like, he was just... Obviously, he was looking at her. He's probably more shocked that she wasn't in underwear. Like, why was she going to bed fully clothed?
Yeah!
That's weird. Like, James was probably like, I want to see her in underwear. I'm looking at you because, like, you're doing, you know, you're just...
That's what you
in
do
bed.
after a night out on the sauce.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, wake up with a kebab on your face. Like...
he speaks his mind, you know what I mean? Like, if he's got some problem with someone or someone is arguing with him, like, he will go in there and he will say what he feels. And credit to him, you know, he's a grown man, like, he can do that.
He
and
did
can hold his
handle
own.
it really well, it's got to be said. But one thing that Farrah said, Em, is that he provokes women. Where do you think that come from?
Her, I think she's
Just
provoked.
her.
Yes.
Yeah.
So would you say victim or vixen?
Vixen.
Not even vixen. Something else. Neither.
No, neither. We won't even go into it. But the funny thing about me is things took an unusual turn because I can't believe I'm actually going to say these words. Janice Dickinson become the voice of reason somehow in that house. Folk, why is it Janice that Farrah will only listen to?
I think Farrah knows Janice is absolutely nuts, even more nuts than her. So if Farrah messes with her, she's just done for. So she only picks fights with people that she knows she can shout down and talk over, and she's never going to be able to talk over Janice Dickinson. She's never.
Yeah. I don't think anyone would.
No.
But do we think Farrah actually took that advice?
No.
No, she hasn't. I mean, she hasn't got a clue, but she does know not to call Janice immature.
Yeah, but
That would be.
Everyone's
interesting.
immature.
Could you
Yes,
actually imagine?
except Janice, I would think.
Yeah,
She's not going to try that. Surely, maybe she will.
Oh my God, Farrah versus Janice.
Janice is
Oh
so
my God,
strict,
I hope
though.
that happens.
She
Like,
is.
if I was in the house and she told me to do something, she was like, kneel down and lie down, I'll be straight down on my knees. I'll be like,
That's Janice.
Black and white, right there, straight there.
Well, listen, we're going to be hearing a lot more from you lot after the break. Coming up, his pants were the talk of last summer's Celebrity Big Brother. There they are. We're going to be going to Hollywood to speak to the one and only Leslie Jordan. We'll see you straight after this break. Will. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the stateside. In just a minute, we're going to be having a no-holds-bar chat with Hollywood superstar, the legend, that's Leslie Jordan. Love him. Don't worry, I've hidden all the scissors, we're all safe. But now they've not been holding back in the house either today. It's time for an exclusive.
Housemates, you've now been living together for 2 days, and today Big Brother is going to see how well you have gotten to know your fellow housemates in a game of Dizzy Dash. It's called Dizzy Dash. Big Brother has placed a revolving turntable in the garden and 2 chairs on it. As the turntable spins, Big Brother will read out 3 statements about one of your fellow housemates. Statements. On the sound of the starting pistol, the housemates should get out of their seat and race the finish line. Basically, you're going to be dizzy and we won't be able to race. The housemates who cross the line first will then be asked to state which housemate they think Big Brother was talking about.
This sounds fun.
Oh, we love a little task. Vogie, how do we think they're going to do?
I think Farah's already annoyed about having to do a task. I don't think she's watched Big Brother before.
She's got the
She's not going to like doing tasks like that. And I'd say it's going to be really mean things about people, which is always good, but then you're going to put somebody will say something mean and then you're putting it on somebody and then
you've got to stand up and go, yeah, that was...
Yeah.
Well, Solomon, how would you describe James? Big Brother's going to be describing housemates. How would you describe your mate?
I reckon, like, flirty man boy. Like, he's quite like immature, but he's a man at the same time, and he's quite flirty. So those would be the 3 words I'll put against him.
Nothing else, because Big Brother's not being kind this year, I'm being honest. Any skeletons in the closet?
I think he's pretty good.
I
know he's watched a few of like Jenna's films, but like other than that...
I think we can confirm that rumour. He seems to be a bit of a fan. Em, who do you think's not going to like this, hearing some home truths about themselves?
Well, yeah, but I don't think she'll believe it. I don't think it's going to sink in. I wonder, even by the end of this whole thing, it will have sunk in.
Do you think it's going to stir up any trouble between them?
Oh, I hope so.
You reckon?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
I reckon it will.
I can't wait till she has something said to her, though. Like it would be nice. Yeah, but she's just so out of touch with reality, though. It's like, get a grip. Like,
Do you think
seriously.
it's going to happen, though? I think the person it will be Janice. I think it'll be Janice that's going to turn around to her and say, hold up, wait a minute, and just go, oh, one. You can just see it happening, I personally can. Listen, from Hollywood, there is a man who kept it quiet, cute and classy when he appeared on Celebrity Big Brother last summer. In fact, we didn't even hear a peep out of him. And if you believe that, you'll believe absolutely anything. Look at him. Please give the best round of applause for Leslie Jordan! Leslie! Oh, look at him! Leslie!
The passion.
Oh,
wait on the air.
Leslie, I've missed you. Have you missed us?
Desperately.
I love him. Look at him. Look at him, Leslie. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can always hear you, gorgeous. Listen, I know you've been watching from across the pond. What are you making of the USA-UK theme?
Well, I have a note for that James. He can stare at me anytime he wants. I'm not sure that little girl is right.
You had Americans in your year, including your not-so-best pal, Gary Busey. Were you happy? were you happy to see a familiar face in there when you walked in?
When I saw Gary?
Yeah.
No. His reputation had preceded him, and I knew that he wasn't all there. I mean, you know, it was a powder keg waiting to explode. And my behavior was atrocious, but it was awful. Awful.
I've heard that you know some of our American housemates. I mean, Farah has had a few arguments in tonight's episode. What do you make of her?
Do you know she's the only one I did not know? I'm sorry, I knew all of them, but the show she's on, I've never watched. I think she's probably been on a couple of People magazines. I don't know. But she's a little powder keg. She's got to watch herself. She's going to get a knife in her back or her underpants cut up.
Give me one of them. Les, I want to know, what Americans do you think are going to struggle the most in there?
Well, I think the ones that can't keep their mouths shut, like her, that one we were discussing, Farrah. I've known Janice Dickinson for 1,000,000 years. We used to get pancakes together at a place here in Hollywood called The Griddle. And the one good thing about her is you know where you stand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's no bull. None.
You,
I don't know Jenna that well. I've heard about her work. I kind of wish I was her.
Oh, please put him back in, for God's sake. You left your mark last year in the Celebrity Big Brother house. We saw a couple of meltdowns. There was a cutting up of underpants. We had shouting, a bit of arguing from you. Should we have a little reminder of Pantsgate, Leslie? Yeah. Let's do it.
Show it?
Let's do it.
That's where my good memories are helpful for. I know where everybody's stuff is. Piece of shit.
No!
Because I know to protect
boyfriend.
myself.
My boyfriend
I don't want to
bought
hear
these for
about
me.
your fucking sugar baby. Thank you.
Tit for a tat. Tit for a tat.
Now, Leslie, I need to ask you the question on everybody's lips. Are you and Frenchie best mates now?
You know she lives 20 minutes from me.
I know.
She has called and invited me here and there. I've completely forgiven her, but I don't want to be her friend.
Oh, we thought we could have done that.
She cut my underpants up.
Leslie, do you know
Lives
what?
between Vegas and Malibu, and she calls me when she's in town, and I just talk, and who knows, on down the road, maybe we'll mend everything. I've completely mended fences with Kelly. Remember,
Good.
Kelly, I got the lovely that she has completed her transition.
Yes.
And she wants to meet me. And I said, you know what? To tell you the truth, honey, I do. I want you to meet Leslie Jordan. I don't think you saw the real me with that food. Well, you know, food deprivation and lack of sleep and everybody drunk but me. I don't drink. And so I said, I want you to meet the real Leslie Jordan, and I would love to meet Kelly, which I wasn't sure. I think we saw a little too much of Frank. And that's just, you know, that's just what I'm saying.
Well, let's
Trying to
hope that
bust
we
me in
can
the
make
mouth.
that happen, Leslie. But you know Janice. You've said you've known her forever.
Yes.
You said you struggled in there with the lack of sleep, the food deprivation. How do you think she is going to cope in there?
Well, you know, like I said, there's no bull with her. She'll let you know how she's going to cope. She'll let you know where she stands. I'd much rather have that than any of this backstabbing and whispering and carrying. What I did not know that I wished I'd known, that everything, how naive of me to think that I could tell Big Brother my secrets and nobody would find out.
We're always listening, Leslie. I've got to ask you, an American one...
I can talk about this one and that one and they'll never find.
He's going off on one, he's going off on. Leslie, one more question. I've got to be quick. Are you team UK or USA?
Well, I have to say USA only because I'm an American, but I love you across the pond. You get me more than ever.
Well, we love you over here, Leslie. Leslie, we love you over here. It's been an absolute pleasure. We miss you lots. Come back soon. Leslie Jordan! Love him. Love him. Now, listen, there are lots of big questions I want answered in this world. Things like, you know, is there a God? What's the meaning of life? And can Cher actually turn back time? She might be like Doctor Who. You just don't know. But mainly, it's this one, because it's time for...
Who's on the L Street Buggy? Oh, it's only Dorian, isn't it?
For God's sake!
Whoa.
Listen, I am very precious cargo. Where are you taking me? This man is a maniac. Ryland Clark, will you please behave?
Whoa, we're going to tip over.
All right, I'll do a deal with you. Oh, help! Help! Like a virgin, touched for the very first time. Like a virgin, when your heart beats next to mine.
I I just want to say, no members of the Birds of a Feather cast were harmed during that buggy ride. After the break, we're going to be going mega supersized with our exclusive straight from the house, and my panel are going to be talking about cliques, and they're going to decide who's the real mean girls in the house. Until then, see you after this break. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the stateside. Coming up, we'll be deciding who are the T-birds and who are the pink ladies in the house. And clearly, Farrah's a bit of a friend cheat. But first, just like in America, you get a free refill on all your exclusives tonight. You're lucky thing. So let's see how our housemates are doing in today's task.
Oh my God.
Let me take my position.
It happens however it happens, bro.
Doesn't matter, man. Get to the line. Get to the line.
I know. It's so funny. No.
It was either Chloe or the post. It was going to be one of the two. Luckily, it was the post. But listen, we're only on day 3. I still can't get over the post, sorry. And already we've had some surprising cliques form in the house. And we've had a bit, I'm going to try and say this right with these teeth, cross-continent contamination. There we go. So let's start with a bromance between James and Austin. Now, Solomon, you obviously have been on a show with him. Does he love a bromance? Does he need a wingman?
Everyone needs a wingman, do you know what I mean? I think I need one. I think they love each other. Like, James is like, he loves the gym, he loves his body. Austin's the same.
Yeah.
Also, James is like a little hook, like he loves bathing.
Yeah.
He always
They
bathes.
love having a bath together.
And like,
Have you ever had a bath with James?
Many, I can't tell you, Ireland, you know. World Cup.
Get all the exclusives on this show, do I? Folk, the funny thing about this relationship, it's a transatlantic clique.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is this a good thing, or would this make either of them a traitor in the other eyes?
No, I don't think they're a traitor. I just think they really love each other. I wouldn't want to have a bath with someone else. I don't want to be in someone's...
Bathing's nice.
Oh, like, you could have a lovely bath together, Vi.
No, like, just too many willies in one bath. Like,
I'm saying nothing. Not saying nothing. Austin. Anyway, Austin's admitted he don't want to be associated with any of the other Americans in there, and he's also formed quite a close bond with Natasha. Emma, are you surprised that he don't really want to be part of Team USA? Do you think that's a bit of a game plan for him?
I think it's quite possible. It's certainly the argument that he sort of came up with out of nowhere with Janice makes me think that maybe he's got some sort of plan.
Do we think he's maybe doing that to get the Brits on side with him?
Yes. I think he needs to after what he said.
What?
He didn't have a good start when he walked in and said that...
Customer service isn't that great over here?
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, in tonight's set, we saw Austin trying to stand up for James in his argument with Farrah, which I thought was quite nice of him. I mean, I know he's obviously got beef with her anyway, but are you pleased that, obviously, your mate's got someone who's got his back in now?
Hugely. I think it's so important, like, you want... Has he
And
got
maybe,
his back?
and maybe washes his back. I'm just...
They're not like playing leapfrog. Yeah, I think like it's good. James can speak his own mind. Do you know what I mean? He knows what doesn't need someone to back him up. But I think it's nice. I want to see him, form friendships with all the guys and the girls, obviously. But I think he needs someone to stick up for him.
But let's talk about what you just mentioned earlier. The fact that Austin's gone in there, he's took a spoon in, and he's sort of stirring, sitting back and watching, getting involved. What are you making of that?
I just think he's coming across quite bitchy, and he just like. He wants to be friends with one person and then he wants to be friends with someone else. Like, even that argument with Farrah, and all of a sudden, like, he's making up to her again and then he's fighting with her again. And I don't get him, really. I do like him, but I don't like people that are two-faced, and I feel like he's coming across a bit like that.
What are you making of him?
I think we need to sort of watch and wait and see.
Watch and wait, give him a little chance. Well, let's talk about Natasha, because she originally had a bond with Tila, but obviously Tila was removed. It seems now she's trying to reconcile a bit with Farrah and Jenna. Are you surprised that she's sort of trying to make that up as quick as she can? What are you laughing at? What?
She didn't sing very well, and she was singing like she's a great voice, but it was so...
I think she'd had a couple of drinks, and she was just having a lovely time in the bedroom, wasn't
It was
she?
so good. No, I really like her. I think she's coming across really nice, and I think that she actually just wants to get on with everyone. I don't think that she'll be friends with Farrah. I'm just bashing Farrah, anyway. I don't think...
You hate Farrah, right? You actually hate Farrah.
I don't hate anyone. It's a very strong word. I very much dislike her.
Hate her.
But I don't think she's going to be friends with Farrah. I think Jenna's really nice. She surprised me. I think she's really
Jenna's
normal.
coming across really well, I think.
Yeah.
She seems quite grounded, Emma, do you not think?
And yet, in the intro at the beginning, on the first show, the last thing that she said in describing herself was that she's angry. Which I thought was interesting.
And I think we asked on launch night, you lot as well, I think we said, what are we going to see more of? The sensitive side, the angry side. Everyone's like the angry side, the crazy side. We haven't seen that from Jenna yet, have we, Vogue?
No, I would be friends with her in the house if I was in the house. I love her. I think she's really nice, and she's not bitchy or anything like that. She actually loves just getting on with everyone.
Yeah.
I think she'll do well.
Are you a fan of her work, Solomon?
Obviously, I think every boy in the country is. I'm like, she's it. You're not. I think everyone else is though. Like every guy loves Jenna. I think we've all seen her in a few things. So. Not in that way.
There's a couple of things Solomon likes about Jenna. Just saying. Let's move on to another couple of things. Stevie and Chloe, they're obviously sticking together. Do you think that could harm them in the long run, having someone that close to you? If someone's talking about people.
Are they a real couple?
Well, they're engaged.
Are they?
I mean, I've not been in their ass or anything.
I don't really understand.
Like peeping out the wardrobe or anything, having a little look. Well, you tell me.
Well, I don't know. The last time I saw them was on X Factor.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I'm seeing that I didn't follow the stories in the gossip.
Well, yeah,
columns, so suddenly they're a couple.
They're a couple. They're engaged now. They're going to get married next year.
It's true. It's true. Look, I know Stevie quite well.
Apparently, yeah,
and it's
that's
real.
what I've said.
Yeah.
Well,
But the thing is, it is real. Like Stevie's a boy, but I think Chloe. Yeah, he's a man. He's a legit man. What? But Chloe, she can be like. I think they're so different. Their worlds apart. And I think Chloe can be quite fake sometimes. So I think when they're in the house, that's going to be interesting. Like, you know what? I think there's going to be tensions. They don't live together in the real, in the real world, the Big Brother world. So I think there could be some tensions there, like legit.
Vogue, what do you make of it?
I do. That's the thing about their relationship. I think everyone questions it because everyone sort of thinks she is fake, and it's since the X Factor. I just don't understand her. And then it came out that she was like a completely different person the first time she tried out for it, and now she's reinvented herself into this person, and like no one can look that amazing all the time. I don't get it.
She does look great.
Like,
She looks
amazing.
good. She looks fantastic. But do you know what? It's Bournemouth, not Hollywood. That's where Leslie is. I doubt she's that good an actress. So if it is fake, I'm sure we're going to see it because it's got to slip at some point, and we will be looking out for it. Let's move on to our older housemates, Sherry, Scoop, and Chris. They seem to be staying out of the cliques, didn't they?
Scoop.
Go to Scoop! Big shot. I love Scoop. And why do you think the older housemates seem to be sort of staying out of the sort of kiddie groups, shall we say?
I think they're waiting and biding their time, and they're not going to play all their cards early, which is probably a wise move.
Do you think it's a matter of maturity?
Yes, though I am loath to say that now. Because of Farrah using that expression a lot.
Yeah. You're so immature!
Yeah.
Solomon, if you were in there, what clique do you think you'd be in?
I think I'd be up with Scoop. Do you know what I mean? I think he's good. He's down with the kids. He's like young as well, and I think he's got a good connection. Like he's giving James advice, which I like.
James was the worst advice ever.
I think it's good advice.
It was like non-existent advice. It was like, I'll tell you what to do. Stay over here. And
Just do this. Stay there and do this.
That's good advice. You know, when you're young, like I'm the same as James. Like we don't know what we're doing all the time, and I think
you just stand there looking up. Yes, Batman, Scoop. Okay. Batman,
I'll just be like, I know. Just don't give me the advice.
Well,
I
listen,
think we need that.
I want to talk about our Brits because obviously we adore our British celebs. So, they're Brits. We're Brits through and through, and we know everything about them. But I want to know, do the rest of the world know who they are? Do you know what? It's time to find out in...
Don't you know who I am?
Now, this is a good one. I sent my bods to Gatwick Airport to catch our foreign friends straight off the plane. Literally, they were all rushing. It was fantastic. So they were coming to visit our green and pleasant land, and I asked them what they thought our British housemates were famous for. So Emma, Vogue and Solomon, what I want you guys to do is to guess what they said. So we're going to start with Chloe and Stevie. So we asked whether they thought they were famous for A, father and daughter? B, boyfriend and girlfriend? Or C, brother and sister? What do you think they said?
Father and daughter.
You think father and daughter?
No way. Brother and sister, brother and
You
sister.
think brother and sister?
I think brother
100%.
and sister. Actually, I don't think any of those.
Stevie
but
looks like the
yeah,
older brother, and she's like the younger sister.
Well, do you know what? Let's have a look and see what the public said.
I don't know, they don't look too fond of each other. I'd say brother and sister if I had to guess.
He looks gay. I don't think they're father and daughter. Well, he's too young to be her father.
I think they
Brother and sister?
We're gonna go brother and sister.
don't really look alike. They got different noses.
They had similar noses. Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, are they boyfriend and girlfriend? Well, they're not really too intimate.
Well, you two got it right, Vogue. You're correct. So most of the public thought they were brother and sister. Let's move on to Natasha Hamilton. We asked whether they thought she was famous for A, being a hairdresser, B, a singer, or C, being a Playboy bunny. So, Vogue, what do you think they said?
I think because she's gorgeous. I'm going to say Playboy bunny.
You're going to go for that, Solomon?
I'm going Playboy bunny. She's fit.
Is that just because you want her to be a Playboy bunny? Emma?
I'm going to say singer because
gonna
they
go
may
for
know
singer?
who she is.
OK, well, let's see what they said.
I think she's a Playboy bunny with them boobs.
Playboy bunny.
Yeah, Playboy bunny.
We'll go Playboy bunny.
I think she looks like a Playboy bunny.
Just because, you know, the fake boobs, I guess.
Well, the boobs obviously automatically stand out.
She was a singer?
I have never heard of Atomic Kitten.
Playboy bunny. Emma, come on, you're slipping back now. Let's move on to our final housemate, your old mate James Hill. We asked whether they thought he was famous for A, performing as a drag queen named Antisocial, B, being an entrepreneur, or C, being a politician. What do you think they said, Vogue?
Ooh.
Quick.
Politician.
Politician.
Entrepreneur.
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 Let's find out.
I think it's going to be a drag queen, isn't he?
I think he's a drag queen.
Well, like just the pose.
He's not him.
Look at him.
Yeah.
He's got the drag queen look about him.
Yeah, those eyes. I'm going to say an entrepreneur because he just looks very classy.
Yeah.
Those eyes would
They're
get
real
you.
dreamy drag queeny eyes. I'll say entrepreneur.
He doesn't look very intelligent, I guess.
That's all I've got time for tonight. Give it up for my fantastic guests, Emma Sams, Vogue Williams and Solomon Etzal. Thank you. And Leslie Jordan, not forgetting him. As you know, we care about the fans here on Box, so we want to hear from you. Give me a little ring on my Box line on 0333 577 779, and I might be chatting to you on some of our shows throughout the series. Don't leave me with an empty voicemail because it's just a bit muggy. Tomorrow I'm joined by McGiff. Carol McGiff is back tomorrow night. Louis Bench and Wyatt Dean. If you want even more Farrah, I've got a treat for you. 16 and Pregnant's on next. Right, they give us a little tease. It's Ruby Red. Night.
The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender, good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see. Hey, big spender, spend a little time with me. Wouldn't you like to have fun? How's about a few laughs? I could show you a good time. Let me show you a good time. The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender, good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see.